Hello and welcome to another episode of 28 Days of Blackness. Today we have a very special guest. We have Dr. Jaja Shakur, and he'll be talking about Kool Herc. So, Dr. Jaja, we are going to ask you to give us a bit of a brief history of Kool Herc.
So Kool Herc was his hip hop name. His government name is Clive Campbell. So Clive Campbell was born in Jamaica in April 16th, 1955. He's 63 years old. Clive Campbell was born and raised in Jamaica to a mother and father who was very much involved with the reggae sounds of Jamaica, with the big sound systems where people would battle one another for sound system superiority. Whoever had the best sound system, they would win the other person's sound system that they beat in that particular battle. So it's based upon DJing and toasting and, reggae, and, they had calypso and reggaeton, all kind of stuff back then. They just was really just jamming. And Clive Campbell was very much involved with the music of that era, but Clive Campbell was also very much involved with social activism as well.
Oh, that is awesome. That's amazing. Now, we want to touch on the social activism, but you also brought in the whole musical aspect, and I just love the fact that those two things often actually they intermingle. Can you give us a little bit of information on what his role was?
Right, so art and activism has always been a large part of the African experience in America and throughout the world. So Clive Campbell, known today as DJ Kool Herc, was very much involved with activism, not so much in Jamaica, but in America. As he became an immigrant, him and his family moved to Jamaica. Him and his sister Cindy Campbell, better known as Pep, they came to America in the late 1960s, 1967, when he was very much young. He was about 12 years old when they came, and they landed in what is now known today as the West Bronx. And they lived at 1520 Cedric Avenue in the housing projects there, and became very active in his community as he saw arts and culture programs, music programs taken out of the schools during that time. Not only in the Bronx, but all over America, but in the Bronx in particular, where a large Jamaican immigration population was now migrating into New York as well as the Bronx. So he became very active in his school, his community, 1520 Cedric Avenue, Cedric and Cedar Park, and all around that particular area.
That's great. That's great. So what was his musical role? I mean, he's famous obviously for his position in the music world. What is that?
So Clive Campbell was very interesting because he got the name Kool DJ Herc not as a DJ at first. He was a graph writer at first. He was a graffiti writer. He was tagging up on walls all over the West Bronx. And when he decided to do that, he was looking for notoriety because whoever could tag the best would get, the best girls. They'll get down with the latest cliques and crews and things of that nature. So he was tagging all over the West Bronx, and people started to call him Kool Herc. But then he started, playing with his father's DJ equipment because his father had these large sound systems, and he used his father's sound system in the house. Then he started to go outside of the house and go to 1520 Cedric Avenue Community Recreational Center, and they had their first party August 11th, 1973, in the Bronx in 1520 Cedric Avenue, and that's how he got the name of DJ Kool Herc, being a DJ from that party, and these big large sound systems that he will have based upon getting them from his father, who was also a DJ. He got that name Herc because that means Herculoid, because it was a real big sound system. But Kool Herc is a real big guy. He's like 6 foot, 4, 6'5", like 275 pounds. So that's how I got the name DJ Kool Herc.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. So what will we remember most from his work as a DJ?
The greatest thing to know about Kool Herc is that, in 2019, rightfully so, a lot of people complain about gangs. But in 1973, 72, 71, in the 60s, there was a lot of gang banging going in the Bronx, and there was a lot of stabbings and killings and murders. So Kool Herc wanted to end that particular, predicament inside of the, black community and the growing immigration immigrant community during the 1960s and the 70s. So he used DJing as a way to bring people together. So when they had the first party, August 11th, 1973, in the recreational center at 1520 Cedric Avenue, it brought so many people together. It was black and white, and all types of people was there, Latino, Jamaican, Haitian, African American. And when he saw the impact of what that party did, the music brought the people together, he started to use the music and the culture that comes with the music to bring different divergent people together to stop the violence inside of the Bronx. So we will definitely have to remember him as a social activist, and as someone who was bringing various types of people together from the African and African American experience.
Wow. And isn't that the true essence of hip hop when we talk about it? Hip hop in and of itself and its origins is a mixture of art, sound, melody, rhyme, and a bunch of other good stuff. That is amazing. Can you speak to that just a little bit when we talk about hip hop as a tool to bring people together and how he wielded that so well?
Yeah, so what he also was doing, you know, by coming from Jamaica, he was a student of Marcus Garvey and Bob Marley as well. So before hip hop, Bob Marley brought millions of people throughout America and the world together with reggae music. So by him studying how Bob Marley did that, he started to study how Bob Marley was a master at bringing different diverse people together and using music and entertainment and sound systems to bring these different diverse people together who was really at war with one another for various different reasons, social economic reasons as well. But he brought them together to stop a lot of violence in the Bronx. So by him studying that and also studying Marcus Garvey and how Marcus Garvey also used a lot of music, people don't know that, you know, he brought a lot of musicians together because that was during the Harlem Renaissance as well. So he studied the Harlem Renaissance era and how it brought arts and culture and activism and to transform the minds and the communities of people of color inside of Harlem and throughout America and throughout the world. So he used a lot of arts and culture to bring people together. It wasn't just music per se. Music brought the people together, but when the people got together, he used to also have conversations on the microphone over the music at the times of the parties.
That is amazing. That is amazing. And we look at that long line of history that you talked about, going from, you know, Garvey and his use of music to bring people together. And we've seen that throughout the civil rights movement,
yes,
as well. And music has always been a tie to explain our struggle and here in this country. And that's a beautiful thing. Now,
yes,
you know, we're talking about Kool Herc. Let's get into you just a little bit.
Yes.
How does his legacy help you to do what you do for our community?
What Kool Herc has done for me, actually he's one of my mentors. I know him personally. And one of the things about Kool Herc is the strength of an African American man, the strength of a black man. This man has been through so much in his life. And one of the greatest things that he has gone through is that usually pioneers do not benefit from the work that they do while they're alive, unfortunately. So Kool Herc has not benefited financially from hip hop, although hip hop is a multi-trillion-dollar a year national and international gross domestic product in this nation and throughout the world. So Kool Herc is very bitter because of that. But one thing that I love about Kool Herc is that in his bitterness, he still keep his strength to keep on educating the next generation to use his experience on getting economic stability from hip hop, because hip hop has the ability to create economies where there was no economy. So we have people in America who got, you know, businesses from hip hop, and they would never get a business outside of hip hop, because in America, unfortunately, you got to have a degree a lot of times to get jobs or to be an entrepreneur, so to speak, to get loans and things of that nature. But hip hop gives you the ability to use your ingenuity and your talents and skills to transform yourself from poverty into wealth. So my name is Dr. Jaja Shakur. I'm a professor at Essex County College, program coordinator, as well as the founder, chairman, and CEO of True School University, which is a hip-hop business development, hip-hop financial literacy, and hip-hop wealth creation strategy agency in Newark, New Jersey. But I was born and raised in Jersey City, New Jersey, from Mighty Tigers, Snyder High School, as well as PS 15 School on Stegman Street. So this is my home base. And I love Jersey City so much, looking to do a lot of great things here in the city of Jersey City, coming back, working with brothers like Brother Rashid and other people in the city of Jersey City.
That is truly amazing, and thank you so much for the shout out, brother. I'm going to ask before we go, and you've given us so much to actually, think on. Can you provide us with just a little bit more? Is there a quote, a saying, or something that you can leave with the audience that push us into the next episode?
Yes, I say Shakespeare said, "To be or not to be is the question." Dr. Jaja Shakur says, "Being and being becoming is the answer." What are you being, and what is your being becoming?
There you have it. Thank you so much, Dr. Shakur, once again for gracing us with your presence. Stay tuned for another episode of 28 Days of Blackness.